Why do you think some of the protesters outside would be in favor of this? Like, why push it? What are they thinking, do you think? I mean, this is just your interpretation, but
Yeah.
what's their argument there?
I think we've weaponized empathy, and we've found another victim class of transgender people, however you want to define it. But there are people out there that claim to be transgender, claim to be oppressed, and so we've weaponized empathy. So anything that shows to be in support of transgender people is something that they want to push, and they ignore everything else around it. But when you put stuff like that in front of their face, they can't explain it. All they know is that love is love, and we're supposed to support everything, and let's be inclusive. But we're not inclusive of everything in life. We have some sort of limitations. And I always feel like when it comes to children, you err on the side of caution. And so this is the caution we should be keep away from our kids.
I personally think that this material, it reduces a child's boundaries, their personal boundaries. It's teaching them consent, which sounds really great, but consent to a minor, consent to a middle schooler, to a fifth grader is defined as how to give permission. So they're actually teaching kids, instead of how they used to, how to say no, how to have healthy boundaries, how to protect yourself. They're actually teaching kids how to say yes to sex. And they're doing role-playing negotiation activities in the classrooms. So some of these books are to motivate and to provide a new value system, to replace the former with the new.
So, first of all, I want to live, so I don't want to give my real opinion, but this country is not running the way that it needs to be running at all. We've taken religion off the table completely, so we're a free country. You should be able to do what you want to. However, believe in what you believe in, but they've completely removed everything. But these kind of things, I just think that children are not formed. Technically, they say until 25, a man is not mentally together. Developed. So, if they're not formed, we shouldn't introduce them and push the agenda on them. Any agenda. But when it comes to this point, like, she doesn't even, let's be honest, 11-year-olds can't even, excuse my French, wipe their properly. They don't need to.
These books, they can go on Amazon and purchase them if they really want it.
For sure.
But if that's the case, these aren't banned books, so why do you specifically want this book within the school? That's the question. Most of the people aren't talking about, we don't want these books, we want another book. They're actually just saying, we don't want these books.
Right.
So they're not trying to indoctrinate from the other end most of the time. They're saying these books are over the limit, everything else is fine. So there's some sort of limitation that we're trying to reimpose. And honestly, I didn't think it was a limitation we had to even talk about. It just seems pretty common sense to me. But common sense is right-wing and fascist these days, so.